Oh, I knew it smelled like fucking piss in here. Who keeps letting you in here? It has a lock on it. I'm just kidding. I'm sure you smell fine. Welcome back to my channel again. I'm sure you're wondering why I gathered you all here today. I'm just kidding. You read the title, and I wrote it. We both know why you're here. You most likely have a 2015 to 21 WRX, and you're looking to smack an intake on it.
What an incredible coincidence. So do I.
Well, so am I. And I just so happen to have this big old box that says Cobb on it show up on my doorstep this morning. So I figured I'd throw it in. But I figured I'd show your beautiful face how to throw it in too. Now, you will need a Cobb tuner for this, or at least a tune scheduled with someone that knows what they're doing. And I know everybody says modifying your Subaru makes it unreliable. Oh, don't mod your Subaru this, don't mod your Subaru that, it's gonna blow up. I don't care. It's my car. I want cool intake noises. And you do too, you sick son of a bitch. I ended up getting my Cobb tuner off of Facebook Marketplace. It was only used a few times. The guy was just trying to get rid of it, so I got it for like $400 opposed to the normal price, which is pretty good. Came with the wire, everything else too. Well, what do you think, Carlos? Should we get started?
こんなくだらないことにはお金が足りない。
With that being said, let's see what they sent us in the box. Now, let's go ahead and get this box carefully opened. No, I said carefully. God fucking damn it, dude. Come on. Now that it's opened, let's take it into my room and see what's inside. You'll have your new air box, new intake piping that goes all the way to the turbo to the new air box. Nice little Cobb logo on it. And then in this box, you'll have all your hardware and stuff to mount up those pipes. And of course, the free sticker. Finally, this big ass filter. This thing is gonna have it barking. They also sent me a license plate cover. So all you really need for this install is a 12mm wrench, a 10mm wrench, 8mm wrench or socket, trim removal tool, or a flathead, and then of course the Allen key that came with the kit. Pretty simple tools for this, so let's get started. First you're going to want to pop the hood, locate your airbox. This snorkel is going to be the first thing you want to remove. There's two little clips under here. I have an aftermarket air duct, so mine's a little difficult to get to, but yours might be easier. Go ahead and loosen these 3 bolts and take off that bracket right there just to make it easier. And go ahead and loosen this bolt right down here to the airbox. Coming around to the back of the airbox, don't forget to unplug your mass airflow sensor. Now that that bracket's off, it'll be easier to wiggle this snorkel right out. I said right out, there we go. Next you'll want to loosen this hose clamp right down here, because that's basically the only thing holding this box in. Go ahead and fully remove that bolt down there too. And then once you do that, you can lift this front part of this box right out. You just push it down a little bit and it'll lift right out. This makes it easier to get this back half off and unclip this hose. Now that the old air box is out, I should mention you will be using this mass airflow sensor, so just be careful with it. You don't want to damage it or anything. So for the pre-installation of the box, to get it ready, in this box right here with all the hardware, Cobb gives you these little trim pieces right here. This thin little one. But basically, you're going to take those and cut them to size. And these are basically just going to go along here, filling in this little box, along the bottom right here. Then they say to do one along this. And then they want you to use these thinner ones on this smaller plate right here, just along there. All that rubber trim and everything just helps it basically not be a hot air intake and helps keep a lot of that hot air out. It just keeps fresh air going through the snorkel. And then in the box of hardware, you're going to see these 2 little black grommets. Those are going to go right into this, into the bottom of these. Boom, just like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut all that up and get it all mounted around these. And boom, I got that side on. So you want the little flaps facing down towards the bottom of the intake, because that way hot air won't get under it as much. Then we got that. So for this plate right here, this is the one that's going to mount into where your filter's actually going to go. Now this is all bolted in, this is the way that's going to sit in there. It's actually going to sit up. Alright, so I just went ahead and mounted this to the box. It's going to be a screw hole right on the inside right there. Another one outside on this side, And one down here on this side with the other flaps too. And then that's what holds this bottom plate in. I was kind of confused at first because it was sitting sideways, but I guess that's how it's kind of supposed to sit. Now that we got most of the box assembled, let's go ahead and start putting the intake pipe in together. This is the newer intake kit, so it doesn't come with the big old pipe like it used to. It just comes with this, and this is what will go into the turbo, and then this goes up into there. So I haven't put any of the clamps on it yet, obviously, because I still need to get under the car and take the other piping off. So let's go do that. The next step is to get all this piping out that goes down into the turbo. You're actually going to want to jack the car up a little bit and then drop this skid plate under here, and then you can get to that clamp right there. To get this down, it's only a few bolts. There's going to be one clip right here, one clip up here, and then a 12mm bolt right here. And you can go ahead and pull this down and get access to that. You're going to want to take off that clamp right there, and then that will all come apart, and you can take it right out. So now that we got the intake separated from the turbo, you can go ahead and just pull it right out. It's a little tricky at first, but once you get it, it should start coming right out. I'm going to go ahead and swap over the MAF sensors before I get that all in. Cobb also sends you this extension wire for your mass airflow sensor. You're going to take that wire and plug it into here. And when you're plugging it in, just make sure everything clicks. I went ahead and cleaned out my old mass airflow sensor using some cleaner. Just use some of this stuff right here. After I swapped the sensor over, I just went ahead and fit the box in there, and it fits perfect. Go ahead and grab your new 10mm bolt they give you in your kit to replace the old one, and then go ahead and just tighten the box down for now to hold it into place. After you've done that, go back onto the car, and then go ahead and slide that smaller rubber boot onto the bottom of that. I went ahead and dropped the rest of the underskirt just to make it easier to get to. Next, you're going to want to throw on the metal elbow. Basically, just assemble it down here exactly like I showed you outside of the car. An easy reference point is you'll want that Cobb logo facing forward. Next, after you get that all tightened up, you'll want to grab this side plate with the rubber grommets, and they'll just basically slide right down onto these things. Just like that. And make sure it all lines up. Next, to hold that in place, grab one of your 10mm bolts and a washer, and then go ahead and snug that down. Go ahead and throw on your filter, but don't forget your hose clamp. Go ahead and throw that stock fender bracket back onto here, just like this. Other bolt and nut that came in the kit, you're going to go ahead and throw that in there. And now we can go ahead and bolt the lid onto these points right there. Make sure to use these little rubber grommets in between the bolts as you're tightening them up, basically like a little washer. You're going to use these Allen bolts right here. Now that I got the lid all tightened up, I happened to notice that there was this little gap right here in the front. But I have this little piece of trim left, so I think I'm going to throw it right there because it fits about perfect. And it will keep more hot air out. Now that everything's all tightened up, go ahead and rip off your old K&N filter sticker and throw that in the trash. Because my old filter started to warp. This didn't even have 2,000 miles on it maybe. And it started to warp and let sand and everything else in. So, do not get a K&N filter. And it was just dumping oil into my intake. Go ahead and replace it with the Cobb sticker. You gotta let everybody know. Throw your stock snorkel back on, and then hook up a jump box. Cause it's tuning time. Moving inside of the car, go ahead and turn the power on, and your Cobb should fire up. Go ahead and click install, and then scroll on down. You see stage 1 plus SF. And you're going to go ahead and pick 91 or 93 depending on what your town has for gas. I picked 93 because that's what I usually run. I didn't show it in this clip, but I did end up picking stage 1 big SF because that's the filter I ended up getting. And make sure your jump pack's hooked up.
Nice.
And now that that's all done, it's going to go ahead and have you click OK, and then it'll go into another segment, but this one's a lot faster, don't worry. As long as you follow the directions on the Cobb screen, you'll be set. And then after all that, it'll have you turn your car back off for at least 15 seconds before you start it. And then go ahead and start it, make sure it runs fine, no check engine lights, nothing, and you're all good. Go ahead and disconnect your jump pack and then take it for a rip. And if you followed all those steps, congratulations. You now have cool intake noises.
Nice car.
The install was super easy, straightforward. I just followed the directions on the Cobb website. I'll link those down below as well. Shout out Cobb for the license plate bracket, the stickers, and the sick intake. Sounds dope. And thank you for watching this video. And if you made it this far, make sure to subscribe. Thank you.